Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm your registered dietitian. Thank you for meeting me today. You had called regarding your diabetes type 2 diagnosis. I know you have a lot of different questions, and we're going to do our best to answer all of them. So a little bit about diabetes. We have two types. We have diabetes type 1 and diabetes type 2. We're going to try to break it down, keep it really simple today. Brought a few props. We have a stuffed animal. This is going to represent our insulin. We have this wire. This is going to represent our glucose. And lastly, we have this car, which is going to represent our cell. So with diabetes type 1, we have our cells, we have our glucose, but we do not have any insulin, or we may have some, but it's compromised. Our pancreas does not secrete enough of the beta cells to allow the insulin to get the glucose into the cells. So we need to use injectable insulin. So that is with type 1 diabetes. However, you have type 2 diabetes, so it's a little bit different. We can think about eating a meal high in sugars or glucose. That is what is broken down to in its simplest form. So you may have your car, your cell, you eat a glucose-rich meal, your blood sugar becomes elevated. Well, we want to get that glucose into the car. So realistically, we need our gas station attendant to pump that glucose into our car. However, sometimes the insulin, we might not have enough. Our receptors around our car, we can think of that as being the exterior of the car, doesn't allow for that glucose to enter into the cell. So we have our insulin not being able to efficiently get that glucose into the cell. And that is where diabetes type 2 starts to affect us, when we cannot use that blood glucose efficiently. So some of the strategies that we can work on include monitoring our carbohydrates. Our carbohydrates are anything that contain that sugar. So we can think about starches, potatoes, bread, pasta. Fruits have carbohydrates as well. Let's see, our dairy products, so yogurt, milk, those also contain carbohydrates. They're naturally occurring sugars, that lactose. So we can think about trying to balance those out with some proteins and healthy fats to kind of give us that stable blood sugar, so we don't just have a sharp rise in that blood glucose. Also exercise, that's super important. That allows that insulin to become a little bit more sensitive. So we get that insulin resistance with type 2 diabetes. The insulin resistance kind of subsides when we're exercising, and the glucose uptake by our cells becomes that much greater. So this car is then more efficiently able to get that gas or that glucose to give us energy. Alright, so we will meet next time with any more questions. Thank you very much.